Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to RPG Limit Break, where tonight, yet again, we have a round of 16 matchup here in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. Good evening, everybody. I am Z-Man050778, and with me tonight in the commentator's booth is my friend and yours, Monsieur Slime. Mr. Slime, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I am hyped up for an excellent race we got between jkoper and Seawolf. Should be a good one.
Yep, and this, I misspoke at the beginning, this is unfortunately a bottom bracket matchup. So the winner will move on to play Tilo, and the loser, of course, will unfortunately have his tournament end tonight. jkoper, as you can see, was sent down in the previous round by Guelph35, whereas Seawolf was sent down by Ferron Burgundy, but beat Mr. Holmes to advance to this round. So both of these runners are very talented at Dragon Warrior Randomizer. They're actually both pretty talented at Zelda 1 Randomizer too. They're very veteran at this, so they really kind of know what's going on. So this could be a close matchup. I'm expecting it to go either way. What are you thinking here, Monsieur? Okay, so if we take a look at our starting stats here, both of our runners are using the same build, the Strength HP build, but the Strength is perilously low at 4. In fact, it is the minimum strength you can have when starting a seed. Their agility is nice and high, and they do have the Sleep spell, so they might be able to take some things, especially if they get some good sleep luck, but they're pretty much looking at slimes and red slimes to start. Hopefully they're somewhere around.
Yes, certainly shaping up to be a rough start, but hopefully we'll see something to help them, whether it be a torch toss or a fairy water thrown somewhere, or big stick in the at the open would be nice as well. We'll see what we get.
Big stick would be nice, or even some gold with a nearby town, and like a copper sword or a hand axe. That'd be nice too. But you never know. For all we know, they're going to have trash, and more trash in the throne room, and have to go about one shot, one damaging slimes and red slimes until they get to level 2. Well, we shall see.
One potentially nice thing is it does look like we're opening with sleep, so in worst case scenario, you can always if you have to sleep a slime, we can do that.
Indeed. All right, so here we go. Let's see what we have here in the throne room. All right, well, there's some fairy water, so that's a good thing, and a curse belt, so that'll get you a copper sword if you happen to find a town with an item shop and a copper sword. All righty, so let's see what's going to happen here. So that fairy water is actually really nice because our runners will just be able to throw the fairy water at anything up to but we do have the grave right next door, so Seawolf is going to try the first few chests in the grave here to see if maybe he can find something.
Yeah, just a small hero walk to the first 3, so potentially something decent here.
But that rogue scorpion says no to Seawolf. And what's jkoper gets a regular scorpion now, so sleep, fairy water, you might be able to tickle it to death. If he gets some good fortune, or maybe an excellent move, a Kaishin no Ichigeki, maybe he can take out the scorpion. And he does. So he gets that, 16 experience right off the hop, gets to level 1 right away. 3 more power, 7 speed, 14 hit points, and 3 MP. Oh, but then there's a blue dragon right here. That's going to send him back to start.
And Seawolf has taken another reset as well here. Well, not a reset, but a forced reset, if you will. And he's going to go comb the desert, it looks like, to see what there is to see.
And looks like Seawolf is going to fight the same, maybe not the same, but a similar path here to what Koper did, taking on the Scorpion. Let's see if Seawolf can get the Scorpion down just like jkoper did.
Kind of interesting. jkoper didn't go back in with the strength still being so low just to see if he was able to hero walk his way over there. But maybe the blue dragon and the I don't know if you saw the rogue scorpion or not yet, but maybe those turned him away.
Yeah, but even with that high agility, though, rogue scorpions, blue dragons, not necessarily a good thing. Oh, Akaishin does not take out a ghost, and ghosts have heal. That's fun. But jkoper does take out a ghost, gets to level 3, some modest gains, and the spells of hurt and stop spell.
Oh, that's not so bad. So level 3, we're off the ground.
Tilo asking in chat what was in the starting chest. Fairy water, a corset, and a key, of course. Ooh, ghosts have the spell of hurt. That's fun.
The mini wombo at this point. Looks like jkoper's made it. Got a dragon scale, a magic key, and some wings. So nothing too exciting.
Well, that key is very exciting. Now all jkoper needs to do is grind up for some gold. And, maybe he'll be able to really get this seed underway. Who knows what could be in the treasury? Question, my guess is he'll probably take a save here, see what's in the treasury, and maybe reset if there's nothing good.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But then again, there is a key. The key is easy to get, so, maybe he just doesn't take a reset. Even if there is something, even if this isn't a real great treasury. All right, so there's gold, so we do have a gold grind. Okay, we really have a gold grind. There's 2 gold chests. And 3 gold chests. And I'm sorry, that wasn't wings. That was Erdrick's token.
And level 4 over on Seawolf's side looks like 4 strength, 3 agility, 2 HP, and another 7 MP.
Well, so Seawolf definitely putting the hurt spell to good use. I'm not even sure jkoper's checked his menu and even knows that knows that he has hurt yet. And we see the Charock right kind of north of Tantagil, so that's a nice, easy trip.
Yep, and should have level 5 here shortly for Seawolf. There it is.
So agility is proving not to be any sort of problem so far on this seed, having 56 agility at level 5. I mean, I've beaten seeds with less agility. So now the question kind of becomes, when is Seawolf going to go back into the grave? Because, with 56 agility, he should... Oh, wait, town. Now I'm sure he's gotten a little distracted by this town. And this warlock. Seawolf taking out the warlock, getting the nice 28 experience and 50 gold pieces. Of course, I'm extolling the virtues of agility, and he can't run from a droll magi.
Well, as we famously know, that's just a number.
Golems have sleep, that's fun. And it's Breckenary.
Yay.
But we do have some reasonable equipment here in Breckenary. So Seawolf immediately, without even thinking about it, picks up that copper sword. That's going to certainly give some help there.
And conveniently enough money for the Motel 6. So that's a nice combo.
Mm-hmm. Seawolf runs into the same golem that jkoper ran into, and oh boy. Okay, so we have our first instance of the Wombo combo. We have sleep and deal 2 breath on a Charock enemy, the golem. Phil CKD in chat asks, since the cities are randomized, are the shops randomized too? Yes, the contents of the shop are randomized, but the prices are not. jkoper also getting to level 5 and is into Brecconary now. I think he'll be able to buy pretty much anything here, so he'll buy the copper sword, the large shield, I would imagine. Is he going to pick up a leather armor? Yep, they'll pick up a leather armor, absolutely.
Yep, decent set of equipment at this point.
Okay. Oh,
and Seawolf is escaping with his key.
And he's, I think, immediately going to... Yep, he's immediately going to check the treasury here, where he'll be rewarded with plenty of gold and Erdrick's token. jkoper finding another town, the town of Coal.
Cole has the free search spot here under the fountain, so let's see what we got.
When it's the armor, that's big. We have a free Erdrick's armor in Coal. And I do believe I saw a flame sword there in Coal, so we do have something to gold grind for. I don't believe I saw a silver shield, but I don't think I also, was long enough into it to check it.
Yeah, I didn't recall seeing one on that quick pop either.
Okay, and we have Seawolf also look like he's going to stock up on on the large shield and leather armor. Now, let's see, is he going to go fill up on herbs and maybe some fairy water? Well, certainly herbs, I would think. A little surprised jkoper didn't get himself some herbs. That's right now the only source of healing in this seed is herbs.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice. It worked out a little bit with the healing of Edric's armor, but yeah, interesting decision.
jkoper finding another town. This screen brought to you by Microsoft PowerPoint, when you only need the best in slideshows.
Mr. Gates strikes again.
So if I'm right, now Seawolf should be coming upon the town of Coal if he makes a right turn at Albuquerque here and not the left turn. But it looks like Seawolf is going to try to take out this wolf with the hurt spell. Little surprised he's even bothering to put the wolf to sleep. The wolf isn't going to be able to do much damage to Seawolf here with 44 defense power.
Yeah, perhaps.
Picks up the 40 experience, gets to level 6. Alright, and Seawolf finds the town of Coal, and will pick up his Erdrick's armor.
Yep, as I've learned, you always want to take that right turn.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, it was fun. That's all that matters.
Okay, so we have the flame sword is the only thing that is here. What did he just pick up a hand axe? Was that what that was? Or did he just back out? I don't know.
Yep, he got a hand axe.
Okay, a hand axe.
Well, looks like we might be about... Well, maybe not. See what jkoper got to see.
If Seawolf can make his way into this town. It is the town of Cantlin. So ideally... Oh, go ahead.
I don't believe he has any keys, but I could be wrong on that. But at least it's not a far walk.
Oh, there's a silver shield and a flame sword. So we'll see how quickly Seawolf decides, you know what, I'm getting this stuff.
He knows about the gold grind already, so any death in the field here might see him make that play.
Given that he's fighting this Wraith Knight, I think he's actually trying to possibly just take a death here. That gets the Wraith Knight down before the death takes him, so that's a good thing. Yeah, if Seawolf was committed to grinding some more, then he would definitely use the spell of Hurt, I would think.
Yeah, most likely. Unfortunately, with that Edric's armor, he's not going to be able to take a swim in the swamp.
Right. I think that's what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to death warp in the swamp and was like, oops, sorry, armor. Oops, oh, darn it. All right, so yeah, he's going right back to the start. I imagine we're going to see him dip into the grave quick, take a death, and then do his grind.
Yep, and as we recall, plenty of decent items to provide the warp for us.
And the good news is that, so once Seawolf takes his death here, that he will be able to buy a couple of keys in the back before doing his grind, so he can fill up on keys too. So he'll have access to all of the keys. Gets the key, gets the dragon scale, gets the wings. Now he's doing the walk, and he's like, okay, somebody kill me. And this blue dragon will take him out nicely. Alright, so I imagine Seawolf will go pick up a couple of keys and then institute the gold grind.
And rough math is about 23,000?
14,800 and 98, that's...
Oh, 98, right? Not the 77.
Yeah, so that's basically 25,000.
Yep.
Oh, and Seawolf did not take keys out of the back of Tentacle. Well, the keys are right there. I mean, it's minor time loss, but something to keep in mind as we, move forward in this seed.
Yep, but probably a minute or two lost, but nothing too drastic.
Right.
Enjoy as we just watch the money printer continue to print away and about to go stimulate the economy here in Cantlin.
Yep. Oh, wait, we do have Coper's stream back, it looks like. So he's on level 7 with the spell of Hurt More. Looks like he's found the mountain cave. It doesn't look like he has anything else key.
Looks like mountain must be in the back of Tentacle, given the fact that that chest didn't disappear after that torch.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. speaking of torch. So there are 3 torches on this floor.
But Hurtmore 15 minutes in is always a nice treat.
Indeed. And level 8 now for jkoper.
It looks like we've got both of the Moors, so Healmore and Hurtmore. 17 minutes.
That's really nice. Both of the Moors and Erdrick's armor. That's awesome. And we find the Harp Knight, which looks to be a cursed belt. Wait, or was it an herb? Oh, Wraiths have Dragonlord 2 breath. I hope Seawolf saved. He did. Okay. Oh, yeah, it looks like that was herbs.
That's an easy way to save about 150 gold. So it looks like about a 400 or so experience point lead for jkoper at the moment, but this early, not necessarily the most meaningful.
Right. And that was a very good call on your part that it is the back of Tantagil where the mountain cave is, although, didn't appear to be anything great in there. It looks like jkoper is going for the gold grind himself. I would imagine that he saw the flame sword and the silver shield in Cantlin, just like Seawolf did, and Seawolf gets taken out by a golem on his way to Cantlin. Yeeks.
And that golem just isn't going to let us go spend our money, is it? So I guess for those unfamiliar who may not understand what's going on, we could do a quick explanation of the gold grind here. The way it works is the game only has 8 slots in memory to mark a chest as taken. 3 of those are in the throne room right at the beginning of the game. And if you take a death after harvesting some other ones to kind of get our total up to 8, you're able to just take chests permanently. I'm sure there's probably a slightly better explanation for that, but that's what you're seeing is the effects of that here, where we're able to just continue to print money.
And the Seawolf again getting teased by a metal slime. Alright, so Seawolf closing in on Cantlin. Oh, this red dragon's going to try to stop him. But cannot. And Seawolf will get into Cantlin and will pick up his flame sword and, more importantly, the silver shield.
So it'll be an attack boost of 28 from our strength, but I think that's 13 more than the axe. Then a nice boost in the shield as well. I think another 8. Or 10.
All right, so now we have Seawolf going back into the mountain cave. Gets a Kaishin no Ichigeki to take out a rogue scorpion, and I believe this will get him to level 7 and the Hurtmore spell.
So he's gonna go harvest that key, and then I'd assume escape at the moment as opposed to dive, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would assume just leave at this point. They don't have the spell of outside, so... And it looks like jkoper is trying to take down this blue dragon, and does with the Hurt More spell. And Seawolf taking down pretty much whatever he can with that, spell of Hurt More.
Yep, just hurt away at this point, and rack up that experience on the way if you can.
Thank you very much for the raid, Randomania 2, and welcome to this Dragon Warrior Randomizer match between jkoper and the theseawolf1. 60 north, 45 east are the coordinates for our search spot item.
I'm not sure if we've seen enough of the map yet to know if that's going to be countable or not.
I don't think we've seen enough to know. And it looks like Seawolf is just sitting down here in the first floor of the grave here and doing some grinding on the rogue scorpions, the wraith knights. That's that pretty good grind zone right there. Yeah, so real quick, the story of the seed so far. The grave is right next to Tantagel Castle. The mountain cave is under Tantagel Castle. Gold grind available in the treasury, silver shield and flame armor available not too far away in Cantlin, and also not too far away in Cole was Erdrick's armor. So this has been quite the start to the seed, and as you can take a look, their stats actually aren't too bad. Strength is the stat that's kind of lagging behind the most, but even that's still not terrible. 40 at level 8 is not, it's fairly respectable.
Yeah, we've certainly seen worse than that during this tournament.
Heck, we've seen races in this tournament where they're at strength 40, like at freaking level 14.
Yeah, those are always seeds. I'm happy to be a non-participant.
So Seawolf is diving the mountain cave here, which we know to be dubious. There really isn't too much here. There are 3 torches in the bottom floor. I don't know what's on the top floor. We missed that on jkoper's side. Here we go. What is this? This is an herb. So it looks like jkoper is going to try to count the coordinates, possibly, as he gets to level 9.
Yeah, perhaps not the worst idea, because you can either try and find a landmark if it ends up being on the second continent, or at a minimum you're still getting a little bit of exploration done, because this should be an area we haven't seen before.
Seawolf now also trying to take out the blue dragon, while jkoper tries to count up these coordinates. And there goes the blue dragon. I do my 180 impression, but I don't want to wake up my wife. Okay, picks up the first torch. Sorry, Game Boy.
Looks like we might be seeing some second continent action, potentially, depending what's to the right of this bridge.
It kind of looks like that. Yeah, it looks like we are going to be second continenting this. So, but that said, there is some nice visual cues to go off of, so this should be countable ultimately. So, to Monsieur Slime's point earlier in this race, when he said that jkoper had, roughly 300 experience point lead, but it didn't really mean much. I mean, Seawolf has already closed that to 110 points. And now the only thing jkoper has the advantage in is just a little bit of exploration.
Yep, still plenty of race to go. Still need to find the harp, the stones, the harp cave, jerk cave. Still plenty to find out there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Red dragons with sleep? Did I just see that? Yeah.
Yep. So that's 2 Charock enemies we know that have sleep now. We have the red dragons with sleep, and we have the golems with sleep. And oh yeah, by the way, the golems also have Dragonlord 2 breath.
Well, at least it looks like this particular red dragon took a stop spell.
Now, it looks like it's 75% sleep. So if you can stick a stop spell, these red dragons are really nice grindable enemies. If you can stick a stop spell.
Yeah, what we don't know yet is if that was a lucky 1 in 16 shot or if we've got better odds than that.
Although chat is kind of bringing up the point that it might not be worth killing this red dragon at this point, given, it's only 72 attack power, and there we go. So it took a while, but jkoper got it.
Yeah, certainly not the ideal grind enemy yet, but potentially long term.
And it looks like Seawolf is going to the bottom of the grave. Interesting play here.
Yeah, but with no outsides, they'll have to hope there's something on the bottom floor that can give them a quick escape once we get there.
Mm-hmm. So jkoper running into another red dragon, and again, instead of trying to run, he's trying to take it out. And if there's something in the bottom here of the grave, this could give Seawolf an advantage. Oh, a sword that's big.
Well, that's nice.
So we'll see when jkoper gets back into the grave. Now, that said, you do not need Erdrick's sword to beat the Dragonlord. I mean, they could, get a ton of strength and Erdrick's sword is just overkill at this point. Or it might really be something that jkoper might need, and we'll see if he gets back to here. And there are certainly some trains of thought that you don't dive the bottom of the grave until last possible minute, because it is a time sink. But it works out for Seawolf here.
Yeah, with the hurt more, this isn't as huge of an advantage as it potentially could be, but still certainly going to be helpful along the path, especially when he encounters those reds.
Okay, so werewolves have heal more. That's a bit annoying. I'm a little surprised Seawolf is running from everything and not just hurt mooring them to their face.
And find a corset for good luck.
Yeah, this floor looks kind of tame. I mean, what have we seen? We've seen a poltergeist. We've seen a wraith, although the wraith, I think, does have DL2 breath.
Yes, we've seen that one, so
Yeah.
there it is.
There it is. All right, so now it looks like Seawolf is going to go and do some exploration now. Meanwhile, jkoper is doing exploration of his own and winging back to the castle.
Looks like he may have been trying to count that, but unsuccessful.
And the golem sleeps and wrecks Seawolf, sending him back to start. Tilo pointing out in chat that Flute might possibly be a required item in this seed. Yeah, it very well might be. Because it certainly looks like the golems have 75% sleep, and behind that, a good percentage of Dragonlord 2 breath.
And tied with the red dragon for the enemy least likely to ever be repelled, so indeed.
Alright, so we are in full-out exploration mode at this point. Both of our runners having done pretty much everything they can do with what they've seen. The only difference is jkoper has not done the bottom two chests of the grave, and we do know Erdrick's sword to be in one of the two chests. And it looks like Seawolf's going to go get his coordinates. Ron Burgundy, thank you very much for the raid, and welcome to his viewers to this Dragon Warrior Randomizer race.
Looks like jkoper might be trying to grab the count from there.
Kind of looks like it. He thinks he's near it, or well, he thinks he can.
Either that,
either
that or potentially taking a map nap to figure out where we are.
There it is, and it's the fairy flute.
Very nice count.
Nicely done by jkoper, and that fairy flute could very well be big. Seawolf closing in on level 10 to join jkoper. Lingerer the Lingerer asks in chat, where was Repel? Right here, level 10. When the stones and free stuff cave.
Yep, nice find. So just a harp cave, and the jerk cave away from getting our drop, it looks like.
Yep, and our runners do know where Charock is. Charock is just a bit north of Tantagel Castle. Yes, Tilo, this is randomized. The Stones of Sunlight Cave was not underneath Tantagel. Come on.
I think rather than actually shuffle the cards, we just cut the deck a couple times.
That's still shuffling, kind of, sort of.
Hey, it counts.
Indeed. All right, so we have Seawolf finding yet another town. It is the town of Garenham.
NPC battle. Very nice.
All right, so what do we have in the back of Garanham? We have gold. We have gold. And a death necklace. So the death necklace may or may not be a thing in this sea. We don't know. Our HP is fairly good for level 10. Our strength is, again, kind of respectable for level 10 at 46. So, strength is kind of lagging behind. And we have the jerk in the back of Garanham, the Rainbow Drop Cave.
And the golem says hello to jkoper once more. Back to start.
Tilo in chat asking means Hawks has to be the harp now, doesn't it? Yes, I think. Have we seen everything else? Rimmeldar. Could be the Rimmeldar chest. We haven't seen Rimmeldar.
Yep, quickly running out of locations, and I don't think we've seen any swamp yet either.
Yeah, no, we haven't seen either swamp cave. Of course, saying that now, chat thinks that jkoper has just found Swamp North. And gets level 11.
Commentator's blessing.
Yep. And that is definitely Swamp North, and Swamp South leads here. Wherever here is.
It's like a nice chain of islands to go vacation at, but, interesting.
Question is there anything in the Thousand Islands? Nope. Second continent is a bust. So now let's see. Now jkoper was thinking about maybe using a pair of wings, but I'm wondering if he's going to go check the search spot. Or not, the trap tile. I'm sorry. I wonder if he's going to go check the trap tile.
Yeah, that might make some sense. I think he's pretty good on resources at the moment. Go see what's there and maybe take a free grind for a little bit.
And Seawolf finds out that the red dragons have sleep.
Yeah, this Charock could potentially be really painful. I'll hope for the best.
jkoper trying to hurt more of the stone men who were, just being a pain in the butt about it. And jkoper does not check the spike tile, and will just continue with his exploration.
Well, we might be shaping up to have a fairly large main continent here too, so it's not the worst idea. Probably get a level or two along the way in this path.
And Seawolf has also found Swamp North, which is right by Charock. And it looks like he is going to check the trap tile, which... Oh, but he does block the golem spell. That's important.
Yeah, with 73 HP, this will still be a struggle.
Yeah, 73 HP, 86 attack power. This could take a little bit. But as long as that golem keeps casting sleep, this isn't bad. No, I said cast sleep, not breathe fire.
Meanwhile, on jkoper side, he's going to melee another red dragon, it looks like.
And Seawolf does take out the golem, and looks like we'll rescue the princess. And does have the spell of outside, so I would imagine he'll probably cast a quick outside and take Gwaelin right back. I would think. You know, this has got to be like Seawolf's 9th or 10th metal slime he's seen, and has not yet been able to actually kill one.
That can always be a rough feeling as a racer, seeing all of them and getting none, thinking your opponent's nailed a couple by then.
So chat appears to be keeping track of the stop spell ability of the red dragon, and it looks to be the stop spell, well, according to what chat has been saying, Tilo to be precise, in beta strip, it looks to be 50% right now, 3 out of 6. Now, granted, small sample size. Here we go. Here it is right here. 10 out of 16. So just north of 50%. And it is 75% to sleep.
That's a rough combination.
So, you know, while our tracker is bringing up enemies, I think we've seen the golem enough times that we could bring up the golem stat too, because I'm real curious about this one. Our wonderful tracker behind the scenes is Kemi and Renakai, and our restreamer is Lord of the Synth. Oh, it's 50% sleep with 75% DL2 behind it. Oh, man.
I don't know who the real fun police is today. I think we've been replaced.
But at least the stop spell is only 2 out of 16. So, you know, it's a 1 out of 8 miss for stop spell. But,
Yeah, true. A little bit less painful, but you're still going to get breathed on some.
All right, so we have Tablet Cave here, which has a key. Looks like Seawolf checking out that Sparkover Bridge. Sparkover Bridge, to those of you that may not know, is a bridge that leads to exactly one tile and is named after one of the runners of the community, Sparkover, who has a particular affinity for those type of things.
And a nice sandy desert tile at that. What a lovely location.
And jkoper has found Hawksness.
And I believe we've determined at this point that this has to be Harp.
It's either here or Rimmildar. And we have green dragon fights in stereo here.
jkoper going to take level 12 before hopping into the fight.
Looks like probably a good idea. Let's see what level 12 gives. Hey, look, we have power and we have hit points. And Seawolf picks up the fairy flute, which we do. Oh, both spike tiles are golems. Yeah, that fairy flute is going to be a thing.
Yeah, this is going to make the endgame grind certainly interesting. I might be more prone at this point if I'm in the sea to go try and find some desert tile with some decent enemies as opposed to staring at golems.
Oh, and it looks like... Oh. RNG on jkoper's side there. Only wakes up after one sleep. So now Coper's going to cast Heal More. Hope the golem doesn't wake up, which he doesn't do. Cast the stop spell. Probably sticks the stop spell. And now we'll continue beating the golem about the head and neck.
Yeah, that stop spell should really free this fight up from this point on.
And indeed, there is the silver harp.
So I don't believe we've seen where to turn that in yet, but I think
no, we have not.
Item we're missing.
Although it might be this cave right here next to Hawksness. Because I don't think jkoper ducked into this cave, which kind of leads me to believe that he might know that this is the Silver Harp Cave. Meanwhile, we do have Seawolf getting level 12. So, and as you can see, this experience difference, it's vacillated a little bit, but it's been pretty consistently within about 300 points, these two runners. So, I mean, really the major difference right now is jkoper has the exploration lead, but Seawolf has Erdrick's sword. So that right there is kind of the balance of where we're at here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if and when jkoper decides to make that dive back into Grave to pick up his sword.
So it looks like Hawksness wasn't actually all that far from Cole. Oh, that's right. I forgot. jkoper doesn't have the stones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, those are off in Free Cave, which I guess he clearly hasn't seen yet.
And we have blue dragon fights in stereo.
Yep, that 300 point exploration or experience point lead is certainly holding at the moment.
Yep, but of course Seawolf right now is out of resources and finding his 300th metal slime, it looks like. Of course, hasn't been able to kill one yet. And he finally gets one. Meanwhile, jkoper finding the Silver Harp trade-in cave. So, and again, that didn't appear to be too far from Cole.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty close at the moment. I don't know who I'd call a favorite. Depends how quickly jkoper gets his stones and sword, I guess, as opposed to the harp in the harp cave.
Yeah, this is a pretty close race right now.
One thing that might hurt Seawolf a little bit right now is that he's forced to wander without resources and not going to be able to level as much.
The Rimadar chest having nothing. Seawolf just getting frustrated, throws a torch at a red slime. Like, get out of here.
Oh, and the red dragon sends jkoper back to start.
Has jkoper seen Garenham and knows where the... No, he wouldn't, because the Stones of Sunlight cave was on the way to Garenham. But I'm pretty sure now jkoper at least knows that the Rainbow Drop Cave has to be in the back of Garenham.
Yeah, I think he's seen everything else at this point.
And I don't think Seawolf will have ever been quite so happy to see Breckenary. He can just now take a breath and refill his resources here. 110 MP right now, that's pretty darn solid. You can pretty much hurt more everything and repel. I mean, you're repelling pretty much everything at this point except for the Charock enemies.
Yeah, and even then, Wizard, Werewolf, Star Wyvern, those are all going to be repellable at this point.
Looks like Seawolf's actually going to go through a swamp cave here, only to find the Land of 1,000 Islands and nothing else.
Yeah, unfortunately, it'll be a little bit of a time loss, but at least we know it's not that drastic of a time loss.
So in this wandering here, if you take a look, Seawolf has actually taken a small experience point lead. Ooh, Stoneman with Hurt is very nice. And actually gets to level 13 before jkoper does. Oh my, that's a nice power there.
Yeah, another 15. That's excellent.
And if these stonemen are going to do nothing but cast the Hurt spell, that's a free 155 experience right there. I don't blame Seawolf at all for taking those fights.
Yeah, those are pretty much a free 155 experience without having to use much at all in the way of resources. It's not a bad fight. Especially given our alternatives, it looks like.
Well, the alternative is Golem or Golem. Tilo in chat, rooting for the one that will give him a fighting chance. Because, of course, Tilo is awaiting the winner of jkoper and the theseawolf1.
jkoper grabs level 13.
Alright, so Seawolf casts a spell of outside and will resume his searching.
Yep.
So where is...
So fortunately, it looks like the explore and grind isn't the worst idea at this point anyway, so...
Yeah. So Seawolf needs to find Hawksness, and just past Hawksness, I believe, is the trade-in cave, whereas jkoper needs to find Garenham, which has the Jerk, and the Stones of Sunlight cave, which has the Stones of Sunlight.
Yeah, so I guess a slight advantage in that it's one-stop shopping, but not huge.
Okay, so the Seawolf has found Tablet Cave, and then will make his way into Hawksness.
Yep, if I remember right, he'll pick up his free key and probably outside and get back on with it.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, jkoper keeps taking these reds, which is not bad if you get that stop spell down.
Yeah, if you can get the stop spell, these reds aren't bad. But, of course, these reds also have high agility and are also very prone to back attack you and put you to sleep first, in which case you were at the mercy of RNG.
Yep, and you're not quite 50% yet on the run from that, so just hanging in there and fighting might not be the worst option yet.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Seawolf versus a golem. Oh, gets back attacked, but gets very lucky that he didn't get slept first. Death Necklace was in the back of Garenham, Lord of the Synth. And Seawolf is going to stick, or thought he was going to stick a stop spell, but now he'll stick a stop spell, I hope. There we go. All right, and now we can go on with beating the golem about the head and neck. But meanwhile, I do believe no, that's Breckenary. I thought that might have been Garenham, but no, Garenham's further south. Okay, there we go. And Seawolf picks up his silver harp. Oh, is he going to do a grind here?
Interesting choice. But with that stop spell only being 2/16 resistance, it's tough to say. It's not the worst play necessarily.
Kind of looks... All right, here's Garenham for jkoper. Oh, no, that's Rimmeldar. What? What's the breath chance? So the golem is 50% to sleep and 75% to breath. So with the sleep not stuck, it's what? 50% sleep, 37.5%? Right? Because without the sleep stuck, the golem can sleep, deal 2 fire, or attack. So 50% sleep, and then 75% of that other 50% is... I don't know.
I was told there would be no math.
It's Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Of course there's math.
So Seawolf's only 2 golems away from the next level. I wonder if he's just going to grab 14 and then continue on his way.
That could be. But jkoper does pick up his Stones of Sunlight. Tilo, has Seawolf seen the Staff Cave yet? No. No, he has not. But Staff Cave is not far from Hawksness here. And Seawolf has found Garenham, so he knows where the jerk is. All right, so let's see what level 14 has here for Seawolf. 4 power, 5 agility, 4 hit points, 6 MP. Not bad at all.
I tend to always be a little bit conservative, but this looks like at least one more level to me.
Oh, at least. They're not. It's not goable yet. DH Tom, does Seawolf know where Jerk is? Yes. Yes, he does. Yep, so Seawolf now is just looking for the staff of rain turn in, and then he will he'll know where everything is. jkoper in the meantime has some grinding to do and still needs to find Erdrick's sword if he wants it. But given their strength totals, I'm imagining jkoper's definitely going to want that sword, and as Lord of Sins just said in chat, the Death Necklace might be coming into play here.
Yeah, another unfortunate thing for jkoper is we know that's the not the total basement of grave, but it's towards the bottom of grave. And with 7 out of 9 remaining chests in Charock, will he go do that dive? It's possible because it's close to home, but Charock's fairly close to home too.
And there's the turn in for Seawolf. So now he's just going to book it up to Garenham and get his rainbow drop and then commence grinding somewhere. Now, what is jkoper looking for? Or is he going to do is jkoper doing an overworld grind? Wait, no. I don't know what jkoper's doing.
I wonder if he's going to try and grind these reds out here.
Maybe. Not necessarily a bad idea. I mean, but but if that red dragon ambushes you and puts you to sleep, you're in trouble. But then again, so same thing with the golem. I don't know.
Yeah, we know with the stop spell that the golem's probably a little bit safer, but he seems to have had decent luck with these reds through the whole run, so...
I'm wondering if this is setting up for a first floor Charock grind.
Certainly not a bad choice. Potentially, unless it's filled with reds and golems.
Seawolf may have forgotten he's already checked the chests and might have been digging for a fighter's ring, maybe?
Yeah, one thing worth noting right now with the 91 defense power, they'll be... If they use Repel, that'll get rid of wizards, werewolves, star wyverns, and green dragons, so a lot of fairly friendly, juicy enemies that won't be available if they choose to use it.
So Seawolf... So it looks like both of the runners are kind of, I don't know, maybe hesitating a bit, trying to figure out what exactly is going on here in the seed. And Seawolf running from an Axe Knight. So, I am kind of... I'm very much at a loss here as to what our runners are doing right now.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure either what we're looking for. Oh, you're seeing jkoper head over to Charock, so maybe he's going to take our first floor peek or attempt to do a dive at this point for a sword.
I think he's good. I think he's doing a sword dive. I think that's what this is. This is a sword dive coming up. Seawolf, interestingly, grabbing a couple of wings because they do not have the spell of return. I'm wondering if he's thinking that maybe level 15 might be enough for him and is grabbing a couple of wings just to be safe.
Yeah, interesting thought. The walk of shame is always a little disappointing when you win and realize you don't have return.
So, and the thing is, I don't think we've actually seen all of what Armored Knights can do.
Yeah, we saw one on jkoper side, and it just looked punchy, but that was only one.
Punch more? Okay, well, that's fine. So, is Seawolf, is this going to just be you go down and you fight everything along the way type thing?
Yeah, possibly, because
Nah, these casting hurt more, so this could be a grind and on the way down.
yeah, maybe worst case he considers this a ring dive.
A ring dive with as well as information. But he's running from a stone man. I mean, stone men are free experience. I'm a little surprised there. Oh, and the red dragon takes out jkoper.
It actually looked like he was trying to conserve all the resources there, so maybe he's thinking one shot here? It only gives him 120 attack power, or 122 if the ring's down there too.
I'm wondering if jkoper is thinking that, you know, I think both of our runners are thinking that this is level 15 and are trying to just do one dive, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
Is Seawolf maybe trying to get to the mini-boss to see what the mini-boss has to offer?
I think for Seawolf, it makes sense to just continue to dive and get the knowledge, because you'll just grind it along the way. And it's the same as, you know, for the most part, just walking along the first floor anyways.
Yeah.
Outside from here.
SH Mike W, yeah. Fighter's Ring has to be, well, it's either in the, it has to be in Charock. It's either in the treasury or in the vanilla sword chest. So interesting to note here that Seawolf has opened up a rather substantial experience lead. Oh, I don't think Seawolf has seen the sleep out of the red dragon. Well, now he has. Well, he's not going to forget about that for a while.
Valuable knowledge. It's just acquired.
All right, so we have, it looks like Koper doing a golem grind, which I think is, you know, that makes sense, and so does this walking grind here that Seawolf is doing. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how quickly Koper catches up on experience, if at all. Good news is these Armored Knights are going down to one hurt more and one swing rather consistently.
Yeah, the Armor Knights look to not be a terrible option. The question will be versus a consistent Golem fight. Or at least consistently able to find that fight.
And it looks like we have another freeze in jkoper stream, unfortunately.
Yep. Meanwhile, Seawolf picks off another Armor Knight and it's getting fairly close to 15.
We'll see if level 15 is actually a goable level or if it will have to be level 16. Oh, Star Wyverns with heal. That's a little rude. Oh well, Seawolf can outdamage the heal. Or just say, nah, screw it. Alright, here's the red dragon here on Seawolf's side. Blocks the spell of sleep, so let's see, is he going to try to take this thing? Yep, he's going to attack it, absolutely. So this will give him level 15. I don't think that does it.
Oof. Yeah, so Ring gets you to 126. So that's what, 6 to 13?
6 to 13.
Oof. And I didn't see Seawolf stock up on fairy waters at all. Not that I know. I don't know that gets you there anyways, but
I don't think that gets you there. Right, because how many? You've got 12 heal... not 12. You've got 14? Yeah, you've got 14 heal mores. You need, what, 16, 17, 18, yeah, about 17-ish swings. Oh, pfft. Of course, chat does the math at the same time I do. Yeah, I don't think he's got it. If he has everything, if he's full resourced, maybe he has it. But I don't think this is... You can't count on being full resourced with these red dragons, and well, we haven't seen any golems at least down here.
The interesting thing is the 92 agility making runs a bit more possible with the armored knights and the reds potentially. More of a coin flip at least.
Unless, of course, the red dragon does this.
Commentators, something.
And given Seawolf's actions here, I'm pretty sure that Seawolf is going to 16 here, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. You might as well continue to, the finish line, see what's at the spike tile, and see what horrors await us on the final floor.
The ding-a-ling in chat saying DQ3 rando win. Dragon Warrior 3 randomizers already a thing. It is the creation of Game Boy F9 and Lord of the Synth. No, I'm sorry, not Lord of the Synth, but the Amused Miniature and Ryguy 3745 do run it often enough.
Oh, and there's our friend, the Fun Police, once more. Hopefully we get out of here.
Seawolf's like, what do I do? Oh, and that fastball had no effect, and it looks like, unless, yep, Seawolf is gonna go back home.
Oof. Well, at least the full set of resources, and I wonder if... I forget how far it is exactly. Do you just go grab golems, or just sit on the first floor and grab 16 at this point?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but this is... Oh, wait, where is he going? Is he going... He's going to go grind golems in the swamp cave. Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. Take the known fight.
Yep. You know, the known fight where you can fairy water... Or not fairy water, fairy flute, stop spell, and just wreck.
I think we're only looking at 5 of these for 17, so... 16.
I think Seawolf forgot that they hit... Oh, no. He cast a stop spell. Never mind. He's good.
Yeah, given the golem's love for this sleep at 75% is probably the faster way to do this as he gets breathed.
So while we have Seawolf grinding here and jkoper is still frozen in place, I think probably a good idea to kind of briefly go over tomorrow's schedule for the Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament. We're going to start a little earlier than normal tomorrow. We're going to start at 5 p.m. Eastern Time over on twitch.tv/speedgaming, where we will have Archfield Monk versus One Fine Day. And then a little later in the night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on a speed gaming yet to be determined, we're going to have JJ Schmidt versus Up to NG in what should be a very good matchup.
Yeah, I kind of feel like at this point in the tournament, it's every race is a mystery as far as favorites or not favorites. Anyone can win at this point.
Alright, so we have Seawolf closing in on level 16. Another, I think, 2. So after this one more after this one gets him there.
Yeah, but hopefully 16's enough. It'd be unfortunate to have to go through another round of these guys.
Alright, so once Seawolf offs this golem, he will be at level 16 and we'll know if it's doable or if he's got to go to 17. Here we go. Three power, 6 speed, 26 hit points, 3... Okay. Probably doable. Probably doable.
Yeah, that's Death Necklace range at this point. That gets you to 137, 139 if you take the time for the ring.
Yeah, and I think you even have a couple of... Right, so let's say he gets to 130. Well, let's just deal with it as is at 137. Right? Or, yeah, 137 with the Death Necklace. 137 means you're doing, what, 9 to 18? Yeah, 9 to 18, so an average of, what, 12 swings? And right now he's got 14 heal more, so he has a couple of heal mores to play with. Yeah, he's good. And as Lord of the Synth points out in chat, that it's not necessarily the heal mores that might do the, drain his MP. It might be the stop spells on the red dragons.
Yeah, with 98 agility, I might be more tempted to run at this point, but that's a tough call knowing that sleep is coming your way.
I don't know. See, personally, I think I try to stick a stop spell and then run. Because at least that way you get some more freebie run chances and you're not completely depleting all of your resources. Or you don't get you don't get wrecked on the bottom floor. And yes, for anybody that might be just coming in from another stream, yes, we do know jkoper is having what we are assuming to be video capture issues. jkoper plays on a console, and his music is still running, and his web camera is still operating. It's just his video capture that appears to be frozen. Meanwhile, Seawolf is making what we think to be the dive down Charock. And does not stick a stop spell first time. So how long is Seawolf going to stay asleep? And another one. And another one. And he tries to run and does not get it, and is sent back to start. Azrael in chat asks, what is the stop spell resistance? 10 out of 16.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that.
Yeah. Azrael, sleep is 50, and sleep is 75%. I'm sorry, I was thinking the golem. Yeah, sleep is 75. At least we haven't seen golems in Charock yet.
Yeah, this is true. We've seen most of the zones. So, yeah, they might not be welcome unless they're waiting for us at the finish line.
Yeah, this is not going to be a fun dive for either one of our runners, because we don't know where jkoper is. We don't know if he has the sword. We don't know if he doesn't. We don't know if he's at level... I mean, we can probably assume he's at level 16 at this point, but we don't know the stats of any status of him beyond that.
Yeah, and even if he had a successful dive, he'd likely at that point have to return back out to go get his Edric sword.
Yeah. So the question would be, let's assume that jkoper ground. Let's say he ground on the golems until level 16. Okay, now again, we're making assumptions here, but we're doing the best we can, right? He grinds to level 16 and then decides to do a dive, right? Let's assume he does it on one dive and goes all the way down to the bottom. So then he has to make the decision, does he go check the vanilla chest, or does he outside and then go check the bottom of the grave where we know the sword to be? So, and Seawolf just, how many times does he run from this thing? Finally!
That goes to your point of maybe stop spell, not the worst idea.
No, I think you have to stop spell them. I think you just have to. And back to start he goes. This is, oh boy.
Yeah, this is painful because there's not really a reason to try and go grind 17 or something obvious. It's just, you're going to have to suffer through and hope for that good run.
I think Beta Strep in chat puts it best. But you're in a bad situation no matter what you do with them. I mean, once they appear, you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, to McGrew's point, at least this is close. It'd be a shame if you had to walk across the map every time this happened.
Oh man, can you imagine if it was, at the other end of the map?
And it sounds like from chat that jkoper was removed from the castle as well.
Yeah, and I think and Tadaru in chat points out that another level or two probably doesn't help in this case. I mean, I tend to agree with that. It's, you have everything you need here. It's just, it's RNG at this point.
Yeah, unless you get like another 30 HP or another 10, 15 agility or something wild, there's nothing that's really going to help you here.
And here's the sleep. Gets lucky to wake up after 2 attempts. Oh, and does not stick the stop spell again. So I guess now might be a good time to go over the mechanics of the sleep spell. The mechanics of the sleep spell are as follows. Enemy casts the spell of sleep. You are asleep. Period. End of story. Now, for every turn that passes, you have a 50% chance to wake up. And you are guaranteed to wake up after your 6th turn. Or on your 6th turn. Either or. So, yeah.
Yes, Angel, there's mechanics. They might not be good mechanics, but they are mechanics.
Yeah, you can only stay asleep for a maximum of 6 turns. So after the 6th turn you're asleep, you're guaranteed to wake up after. Question in chat, how do you know where to find Erdrick's armor? In the randomizer, you don't. In the randomizer, you can find it in any one of the 3 overworld search spots. The overworld search spot, the coal search spot, or the Hawksness search spot, or in any one of the treasure chests.
Zarnak's kind enough to point out that the runners are still technically able to ask for a reroll at level 16.
Can you imagine going through an hour of this and being like, no, I need a reroll? And Lord of the Sun says that he'd totally stay on the air if they did. I'm on summer break. I would happily commentate along with you till the wee hours of the morning.
I mean, I hesitate to say it can't be worse, but
yes, it can.
Yes, it can.
Yes, it can. If any of you speculates how it could be worse, then I encourage you to go to Discord and into the channel that says Seeds of Torture or Delight. Find up to NG's Triple Dog Dare Seed. Yeah. Yeah.
I have not had the pleasure yet, but I'm assuming that's something I should book several hours for.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's. I will say this: it is not an unfair seed, but it is the hardest, not unfair seed I've ever played.
Yeah, that might have to be played at some point then.
Another question in chat. What makes a seed hard for this game? Oh boy. A lack of stats, a lack of healing spells up until late, lack of equipment until late, monsters that are ridiculously hard, like these red dragons, or like the golem. Yeah, Beta brings up another one.
Yeah, I feel like this... Oh, boy. That's unfortunate. I feel like this game does have the ability to give you some unique versions of torture, since the map is randomized, the chests are randomized, the shops and towns, the contents of them are randomized. The gains you get on every level is randomized. There's lots of ways it can get you.
Well, welcome to the community. Make sure you join the Discord, and come on in and start playing around with it a little bit. That's hey, and as we kind of talked about last night in the chat room, or in the commentary booth and in the chat room, just remember, the more you watch, the more you're going to learn too. So the more you watch these races, the more you're going to learn, and the easier time you're going to have with running your own races.
Very true, and I am by no means an expert, but I learned a lot from watching first, and playing some of my own, and then becoming a volunteer tracker, and that really seemed to help make me acceptable.
Yes, that I would say that's a very good way to put it. It's I commentated this for an entire tournament before I actually got my feet wet, and now I can say I'm at least competitive. I'm not high end, but I'm competitive. So, and that's how you get competitive. That's how you learn, is to just immerse, well, not necessarily even just immerse yourself, but when the tournaments like this go on, watch it. Watch a race or two here or there.
And perhaps a nice reminder is that all of these end up available as on demand, whether it be on this channel, RPG Limit Break, or on the others. These are always available after the race.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly, if you can't make a specific race, you can catch it on your own time.
I do know RPG Limit Break uploads all of the VODs to YouTube, to their YouTube channel, RPG Limit Break's YouTube channel. I do know, I think most of the ones on the Randomania family of networks get uploaded to the YouTube. I'm not sure what happens with the speed gaming ones. And Mokura Third asks in chat, is there a DW2 randomizer? There's DW2, 3, and 4. All based on the NES versions of the games. Beta Strip says we should be keeping track of dives. Look at the death counter. Look at the death counter and subtract like 6. So I'm pretty sure Seawolf's death counter was around 11 or 12 when he started the Charock dive stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's on his 6th or 7th dive at this point.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. It's certainly, again, just throwing yourself right back into the fire and then getting kicked back out again.
And on jkoper's side, that we do know that his death counter was 8 before his first Charock dive, where he died. So... We are getting reports in chat that jkoper might be at the Dragonlord.
Yeah,
of course, go ahead.
I'd say it's probably safe to assume then at least level 16, and he's probably figured out the Edric sword issue at this point.
Possibly, but at the same point in time, I mean, jkoper does play the Dragonlord a little bit more aggressively than most. He could be at 15 for all we know. I mean, this is a man who beat Ness Cardinality by beating the Dragonlord with a maximum HP of, oh boy, here we go. I always forget the exact number. But I want to say it was it 80, 88. Azrael Ravenheart going back and checking at level 14. Seawolf dropped the rainbow with 11 deaths. So he's taken 7 in Charock Castle, so that means this is his 8th dive. Seawolf entering the lair of the red dragon. Speaking of the devil. Oh man, this is just not going Seawolf's way at all.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because as we said, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, right. We are getting reports that jkoper might have beaten the Dragonlord, so I'm going to keep my eye out on IRC. And there is the dot done from jkoper. jkoper has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 51 seconds.
Yeah, look forward to hearing if he joins us in the booth. He may not yet. I haven't seen either way, but it'd be curious to see what his endgame ended up being like.
Yeah, indeed. And the Seawolf has acknowledged that jkoper has finished, so we will see how much longer Seawolf will choose to bang his head against the wall here. And jkoper will go on to play Tilo next round. And unfortunately for the Seawolf, he will be out of the tournament, but certainly not without putting up an excellent fight in not only just this seed, but in the other seed he lost, and beating Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, certainly nothing to be upset about with the performances out of the tournament for Seawolf. Definitely a good showing. So hopefully this is the run for Seawolf here. Alright, looks like we got about 2 floors left to the bottom.
But as we have seen before, these seem to be absolutely infested with red dragons down here.
There we go, finally a first time stop spell.
Alright, so in his 9th dive into Charock, Seawolf has found the bottom floor for the 2nd time. Remember, his first time he was down here, he was at level 15 and was looking for the fighter's ring. Now keep in mind, we also have no idea what the trap enemy is here. So for all we know, this could be a red dragon and Seawolf throws his controller through his screen.
And we're sitting on 13 heal mores, if I can do the math correctly.
Oh no, don't do this, red dragon. Don't do this. No, come on. Let Seawolf go and let him finish this seed. All right. And it's a stone man. Oh, jeez. After all that, just a stone man.
Thank goodness. I forgot how friendly they were. It's been so long.
Now, question is, can he get to the Dragonlord? And he does get to the Dragonlord. Yay! All right, so This should be a free fight for Seawolf, hopefully. And with that, we are joined by jkoper here in the commentators booth. jkoper, GG, nicely done, sir.
Thanks. I feel pretty terrible about not having video for a large portion of that race.
I mean, you
but-
can't always control these things, man. I mean, sometimes technology decides to be technology and die on you. I mean, it happens. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Z1R lately, and the way that I've captured it hasn't been ideal, but it's worked fine for however long. So I thought that I had a lot of stream crashes a couple weeks ago after I cleaned out my computer. Computer crashes. I shouldn't say stream crashes. Something is happening, like with my capture card feeding into my computer, and then something with the drivers or something. I'm not really sure. But after I cleaned out my computer, something broke. So, yeah, my computer has big issues though anyway. So eventually that'll get fixed, and I don't know. But I need to figure out something to do like for next week, obviously, when apparently I get to play again.
Yeah, indeed. You get to move on to play Tilo. So, what did you? I'm interested to get your thoughts here, especially on those red dragons.
Yeah. Well, it was really fun and silly killing them with barely any strength and just having to hit them like 10 or more times. I think I was getting a bit lucky at the start with the rate at which my stop spells were landing, and then the rate at which they were casting sleep. Because my stop spells weren't landing as often later, and they were casting sleep maybe a little less often. I'm not really sure. It's still definitely either 50 or 75, and stop spell was probably 4 or 16 at most, I'm guessing, but I don't know.
Stop spell resistance was 10 out of 16.
It was 10 out of 16? Wow.
10 out of 16.
I got super lucky then at the start. That's for sure. Wow.
And just real quick, Seawolf has finished this seed. Everybody get your GGs out on his 9th dive into Charock.
Wow. Yeah, I made several dives, but all of them were very different. The first dive I made, I was thinking I'll try to get the sword and finish in one go, and that was at like level 14 or whatever.
Yeah, I think you first entered Charock at level 14 and tried to do a dive down for the sword, but I think a red dragon sent you back, and then you started to grind in the swamp cave, and that's when you froze.
Okay. So then I grinded to 15, and then I tried to do a single dive with the sword, and of course the sword was not in Charock, and I was a bit confused for a second when I got to the vanilla sword chest, and it wasn't there. And then I remembered the bottom of the grave, so I exited out, went back to the grave, thought about grinding a little bit, and then I tried to do another dive again at 15. And it was a little rough. I failed. So I died, and then I went back to the swamp cave to grind for a little bit again, and then Golem was mean to me, and he hit me with several fire breaths in a row. So I ended up being about 700 points short of level 16. So I dove and ground the last level on the way down to 16, and of course, something else that happened is when I was checking the Charock treasury, I tossed my death necklace when I found the fighter's ring or something, because I said, well, that seems more useful than this. I've only got 100 and 7 HP or something like that. Then, of course, on the last level, you get like 22 HP to make the death necklace. Probably a good idea, but I think it was even more than 22 HP. I don't know. Yeah. So I went down and just fought again, or got my level, and then had a pretty clean dive, and I had a whole bunch of fairy waters, used them all on the Dragonlord, and then fought through, and I still had like 20-ish MP left at the end. So
Nice.
it was not too difficult in the end, but it was a very stressful endgame for sure. And I didn't even know that my stream had frozen again until Zarnex came in after, I guess, and told me. But yeah, it was certainly annoying having to restart it in the middle, and then while I'm working on trying to do this ridiculous count for the harp, I think it was, or the flute, I don't know. Then there's this band practice going on downstairs that's very loud. So
Oh, jeez.
it was making it difficult for me. Anyway, is the Seawolf here now?
I think he is.
I'm here. I'm full of bite marks.
Hey.
Yeah, no kidding.
They were using Bitemore again?
Oh, I was that 8 dives I did before I got through?
9.
9 dives. Okay, there you go. That's the problem.
Yeah. I dove several different times. I was just explaining it all. I don't know if I want to go through all my explanation again. I had to explain it, though, because my video froze.
Yeah, so I kept popping. Your IRC get popped up and down. I corner my eye like half hour in. But I'm like, oh my god, he finished. Like, what? No, okay, he's out. He's back. Okay, he's back again.
Yeah.
Like, an hour mark. He goes out again. I'm like, oh god, he finished. How did he do that? No, okay, he's not there yet. So
Yeah, that was the first time my video froze. So I tried to fix it, but whenever I try to fix that, it just makes my stream crash. Or it makes my computer crash, I should say. So that's what happened. Computer had to restart then, and then I slowly got it back up again when I was in the middle of gold grinding and everything. It was a little difficult to get it up quickly.
Yeah, I just had it in the corner. My IRC up in the corner, so I just had that little ping in the corner, like, yeah, what was that? Yeah, it happened again. So, whatever. But no, interesting to see. A lot of early game was rough because a lot of the enemies were either high class or had a fire breath. But once you found stuff, it was pretty fast to find. Cole was close. I totally whiffed on Garenham and the Harp Cave till the end, but that was not a far walk. Yeah, no, I wasn't really in danger. Did an early grind. 2 tries to get through that grind and get to Caitlin and buy the good stuff.
Yeah,
and
I definitely found Garenham right at the end too. But I mean, that's kind of what you want to find at the end, though, since it had the rainbow drop there. So
no, not Garenham. My apologies. No, I found Garenham early. I found I didn't get to
Hawksness.
Oh shoot, the Hawksness. I didn't have the Hawksness to find the drop there, and then I didn't have the Harp Cave down the far south.
Yeah,
corner.
you two took very, very. So both of you did the gold grind right around the same time. You got Silver Shield and Flame Sword right around the same time, and from there your paths completely diverged. But you were always within 300 experience points of each other, give or take, obviously. But you guys were so close to each other, and then it just, Seawolf got to level 16. I'm pretty sure before Coper did. But it sounds to me like Coper got better Charock luck, for lack of a better term. Because, as we did say, Seawolf, it took you 9 tries to get through to the Dragonlord.
Yeah, I mean, I was at 90 agility. I should have been running pretty well often. It didn't seem to be working out that way. What was the stop spell chance in the Red Dragons? Can you pull it up?
10 out of 16 resist.
Resist, okay. I figured it was a coin flip in their favor slightly, because a few races I got through without a problem. Sometimes I had to fight with it a bit. I knew it was definitely... But I wasn't running, apparently, so I kept trying it. Yeah, no, really, it's a matter of... The golems could have been scary. The golem could have been a real problem, but obviously, stock spell was easy on the golems. I think out of 15, 16 golem fights, I think once it resisted it.
Yeah, it was
so
two.
The golems definitely
2 out of 16 resist.
Yeah, the golems. They were free pickings, but Dragon Breath's still a problem. They got punchy and Dragon Breathy, so to stop me heal, so it wasn't a great grind. Did it through to 16, get the job done. But no, Charock just simply was, like every 4 steps. So you have a VIP pass? No, okay, the warp's going back up. No, you're not going anywhere. So many red dragons and fancy suits and black shades, hitting your buzz in. Right, he's going down the 3rd floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, and the section 3 didn't seem so bad. 1 was not bad. 2 had plenty. I think 2 might have had a double stack. They might have had 2 red dragons, 2 slots, because they were all over the place in section 2. And then the very bottom, they were obviously in the pool, but weren't as frequent. Enough to stop me from the treasury, and enough to stop me that one dive as well. But no, definitely sections 3 or section 2 was definitely a nightmare. The 3rd and 4th floors. And no, I think I explored the whole world. I definitely went to the other continent and found nothing. Actually, no, I didn't find Wimbledar. So
You didn't find Rubaldar? I can tell you it did not have the sword. If you're curious.
I'm quite confident. I found the sword. It didn't have. It must have had. It may have had. Honestly, it may have had another cursed belt because I think everything else was. Every search spot was occupied. So I think it may have had another cursed belt. To be fair. But obviously, Caitlin had the goods for weapons and armor. It was right by the start in town. Cole had the armor lying on the ground. And no, there's no reason to find it. So I would say this tournament, I'm out of it now, but I found Cole pretty readily in the tournament. Rimbledar kept hiding on me, so now Cole exists, and Rimbledar has vanished in the mist somewhere. So the whole meme has changed.
Yeah, I had interesting experience for sure. It does sound like my Charock dives were a bit luckier, I guess, especially the final one. On the final one, I was about 700 experience short of level 16, so I grinded it on the way down, and then I saw the 20-something HP on the last level, and I happened to throw my necklace
You pitched, didn't you?
on the previous dive when I was in the Charock treasury. When I got the fighter's ring, I was like, oh, that seems more useful than this. I'll just take that, and then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the stats didn't really matter much. I did it at that point, I already lost. Once you finish, for some reason, the ropes opened up, and they're like, okay, fine, come on down. And I had a perfectly smooth dive heading down to the last dive. But the first 8 apparently didn't go too well. But no, even without stats, even without the bad necklace, you were perfectly good shape in that fight.
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. I was having a hard time concentrating and trying to do the math on having so many fairy waters and whatnot, and how many Humors was it exactly going to take me, and it was really stressful with my computer breaking down, and every level at the end was kind of this sort of iffy sort of proposition where it was maybe possible if someone had really good luck and the agility was in a place where, we could run from everything, but it certainly wasn't good odds that we'd get there, but it was possible. So,
Yeah, no, once in the first 10 minutes, I think I found a red dragon and a golem, and both of you sleep on me, and one of the fire breath and one's a red dragon. So I saw in the first 10 minutes, I'm like, Charock's gonna suck. there is no redeeming factor at the end of the scene. It's gonna be awful.
Yeah.
Thank God the boss was a stone man before the Dragonlord. But there was no. Once I saw that in the first 10 minutes, yep, abandon all hope. There's gonna be no easy finish to this. It's gonna be whoever gets the lucky dive to finish it off.
Yeah, definitely not with the way that our stats played out either. Didn't help anything. It was but 16 in the end, I think, did seem to be something of a magic level with all that HP.
Yeah, most HP boosts. Was at 15, you were at 120. I was at 120 even at 15 with my sword and the stats. I had a strength HP build. So 15 was exactly 120. I was like, oh no, why are you doing this to me? But I ground out the extra thing. After you get a few more points of stats, I wanted to return as well. I wanted to grind out for return. And I was close enough to kill the golems and got return in 24, 25 hit points. It was something obnoxious. But the death was in play. So, okay, the strength wasn't a problem anymore. Just had to survive the dive. And it didn't work out too well. So here I am.
Yeah, the the not having a return was super annoying, especially like I did the same thing you did, explored the second continent, got all the way to the end. I'm like, well, guess I'm walking back now because I haven't seen a single enemy. Hello?
You're back.
Yeah, I was just doing a whole bunch of talking there, and then said really nice things about everyone, and then no one said anything, and then I just thought, everyone really hated me, so...
I think it's everybody.
You took down everybody. Like, you started talking and stopped halfway through, and then we all just got silenced until you came back.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I think someone sent one of the red dragons over for tech support.
Oh, no, you don't. No.
They cast sleep.
You see your thank yous. I'll do the red dragon. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I was just saying GG to you and apologies to the chat and everyone, the comp team, for my computer being dumb and everything. But thanks for putting the restream commentary and tracking and everything together as always. So I think with that, it's probably best if we boogie on out of here before we have another technological breakdown. Monsieur Slime, do you have any last comments or questions or anything for our two runners here, jkoper or Seawolf?
Yeah, GG's to both of you, and for most of the race that they got to start, it was interesting to watch how close it was kept, even with the wild divergence, and then in the end, it obviously just came down to the red dragons in the castle. But GG's to both of you. It was a good race and good to watch.
So again, just make sure, if you haven't, make sure you do follow our two runners, jkoper and theseawolf1. And once again, I do want to thank our behind-the-scenes staff of Lord of the Synth on the restream and Cami and Renakai on the tracker. So I think with that, we are going to go raid Edgestream, who is playing Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. So we're going to go say hi to Edge. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a fantastic night.